My husband dumped the kids on me at a family party, so I'm dumping him. Also, I'm really proud of that title. I made that. And this is to answer the question of when is a breakup necessary. Also, by the way, you can join us live every weekday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just tap our profile. So, a non-throwaway 0868271 says, I have no one to talk about this, and I need help. I, age 35 female, have been with my husband, 35 male, for 15 plus years. I'm a stay-at-home mom. We recently went to a family party and my husband left all childcare responsibilities on me, and I'm considering asking for a trial separation. Our relationship started going downhill about 2 years ago. We've always had a good relationship up until my husband started resenting me. He was working a really stressful job, 60 plus hours a week, and I was newly pregnant with our second child and on progesterone. Okay. Which made the exhaustion 1,000 times worse. I was in survival mode. It was a good day if I kept my other child and myself fed. He began to resent me because I wasn't doing any housework. I would lay on the bathroom floor all day, so this led to him stonewalling me with whenever conflict would arise, which is hard for me because I only speak to a 2 and a 6-year-old all day. So to have the only adult I interact with ignore me for days, sometimes weeks, was mentally damaging. That is not okay to do that to your partner. Also, I mean, I don't think as an adult you should be able to communicate with the important people in your life, any sort of relationship you have, whether it's friends, family, or a partner. You should not be ignoring them, especially when you have children.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's not cool, dude.
Yeah. We've been trying to work through this issue for the past 2 years. After many discussions and fights, some every other week, he came up with their conflict resolution plan, which is to 1, bring up issues immediately without waiting. 2, do not behave differently for a reaction or response. 3, acknowledge conflict without defensiveness. And 4, resolve conflict immediately. We both agreed to this plan. I will be upfront and say that I'm a terrible communicator. I avoid confrontation at all cost. I tend to get emotional, which causes me to get frustrated because I can't communicate my feelings properly. I know my husband sees this as a weakness. In the past, he's accused me that I use my emotions to try to garner sympathy and play the victim. Oh boy. So sometimes when things bug me, I suppress them instead of bringing them up. Fast forward to this past weekend. His family throws a big annual party, which I was really looking forward to. Family members flew into town that we don't ever get to see, and I was really looking forward to seeing them and hanging out as I don't get to talk to many people. My friends all work full time and have families of their own, so we text, but we don't get together much. They have a playset that is super far back in their yard from the patio and cornhole tournament that everyone was enjoying. This playset is for bigger kids and has a big slide with a blow-up pool at the bottom. My almost 2-year-old boy absolutely loves this playset, but he's a daredevil and has zero fear and needs to be watched literally constantly. Almost immediately while getting there, I followed my kids to the playset while my husband got to talk and mingle. Ah, no. He's putting all of this on her. He's putting all of the childcare on her. So not only does she not have an adult to talk to in him, but he's also not allowing her to talk to any of the adults at the party because she has to be stuck on childcare.
He's like, this came out of you. It's your problem.
Yeah, no, he sucks. Duchess Kasana says, oh boy, OP, leave. And asked, Trash Queen says, oh, so he's gaslighting her too. Yeah, the fact that he's saying like, oh, you always use your emotions to win arguments when it seems like she's like constantly not bringing stuff up because of that is, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I hate it when my partner uses her emotions in arguments. It's like, stop, just leave those to the side. Just push them down.
Yeah,
they don't matter.
You shouldn't have emotions. Stop having emotions.
Just get rid of them, please. They're so annoying.
Yeah. Then they set up the tournament and my husband started running it and playing DJ. Meanwhile, it's 80 degrees and my kid is going non-stop on this playset up and down the dangerous ladder with wet, slippery feet. I caught him twice when he fell off. Oh my God, this kid's crazy. I'm getting more and more frustrated being so far removed and hearing everyone talk and laugh and joke. When it was my turn to play around, my mother-in-law came over to watch the kids, so I was excited for a break. Finally, someone's helping OP, should be her husband, but there were a lot of kids there and a lot going on, so when I was done and came over to see how things were going, I didn't see my kid and said, "Where's the baby?" My mother-in-law was holding the other toddler and talking to someone else, and we realized mine was already up in the fort, so he went up the ladder with zero supervision. This gave me anxiety and I felt I couldn't leave with so many distractions and risk him getting hurt. When it was my turn to play again, he managed to run around the corner of the house. Oh, play cornhole. So OP is going back and forth between playing cornhole and trying to watch her kid. When it was my turn to play again, he managed to run around the corner of the house with no one seeing, and thank God only went into the garage and not the street. Eventually, the adults all went inside to play a board game. My husband then came out and walked over to me and asked if I needed a break. I was flabbergasted because at this point, it had been close to 4 hours of me watching him nonstop, with the exception of 2 rounds of cornhole.
Ooh.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. This is when you employ your nieces and nephews.
Yes.
I mean, obviously the husband should be doing parenting. Absolutely. But if he sucks, employ your nieces and nephews.
I'll probably time it just right where my nieces and nephews are like 10 or teenagers by the time I have kids. It'll be perfect.
That's what I did. I was always the babysitter, but I liked it because I love kids.
You'll be a good mom.
Yeah. Where was I? I have a feeling the only reason he came out to ask me if I needed a break was someone asked him if I needed a break. Probably the mother-in-law or someone who saw him not doing anything. I had no words for him and just walked away. I didn't want to cause a scene at a family gathering. We moved the kids inside, which was more manageable, and yet my husband got to play the board game while I chased our kids, trying to get them to eat, change him, etc. So I guess I never got a break. Wait, so he asked her if she needed a break and then didn't actually give her a break?
Fake break.
Oh, someone earlier said
Psych.
she's already single, which is so true.
Yeah. He has to handle 3 kids.
Yeah, him too.
My mom says she has 5 kids. I have 3 brothers. Do the math.
Who's number? Oh, you're number 4.
No, I'm 4, and then
Yeah. I was like, who's number 4 and 5? But you're number 4. Then it was time to leave, and I realized I hardly got to talk anymore.
talk to your kids. That counts. Don't do that. Don't go down the slide.
Oh, please. I was so sad and devastated. I know it sounds like an effing pathetic thing to be devastated about, but no, we've already established that Opie hasn't had any adult interactions because she's been so busy taking care of her kids for.
Oh, she wanted an adult interaction.
Yeah, she wanted adult interaction. That was the whole point. She was like, my husband is ignoring me, and now I finally get to have an adult interaction, and he doesn't even give me a break.
What if he bodied you through these interactions? He's like, I'm going to be my wife now. And then boom.
Yeah, he was like, I'm channeling you. Don't worry. Kimberly Fine says, he said the words, though. That the thought counts, right? Yeah.
The thought counts.
Oh, my God. On the way home, my husband said, wow, that was a great party, right? Deck him. He's done. Kick him out of the car. I bit my tongue because I didn't want to say anything with our 6-year-old in the car, and I was honestly so mentally exhausted that I almost fell asleep on the 15-minute drive home. I hate this guy. When we got home, I went immediately upstairs to sleep. I swear to God, if he wakes her up, I'm gonna freak out on him.
I'm gonna
freaking flip out. It was 6 p.m. We had got to the party at 11:15, and I had a migraine and was exhausted.
What? That's late.
That's a long day.
A migraine?
Yoicks. The next morning, I was furious, but again, didn't want to say anything in front of her kids. At least he didn't wake her up. I planned to speak to my husband at nap time that afternoon while our older one was in her room for quiet time. When that happened, my husband was eating lunch and watching YouTube, and I walked up and said, I'm really frustrated and upset about yesterday. Can we talk? He said,
I gotta wait till this Dude Perfect video's done.
Yeah, he's like, I'm watching YouTube.
Watching Mr. Beast crush his car.
He said, oh, now you want to talk after ignoring me for a day?
Get his side. Let's see this side.
Bah!
What does he gotta say?
I wouldn't believe a thing that he said. I don't care if she was ignoring him because he's not helping with the kids.
Maybe, but she might have. Maybe he went to go get eye contact and she went, who knows? I'm curious what he has to say.
I don't trust him. I said I was mentally and physically exhausted after yesterday and needed to cool off and was waiting for the kids to be in quiet time. He immediately accused me of not following our conflict resolution plan of bringing up issues immediately. So I think what he's maybe saying, if I'm reading this correctly, is that she ignored him after the party, but she was exhausted and had a migraine and went to sleep.
Yeah, and low-key, he's using therapy talk.
Yeah.
Well, what did he say? He said conflict.
Oh, he's like, you're not
resolution
using
plan.
They had a plan they had talked about always bringing up when they are upset. However,
kind of low-key weaponizing it.
Yes, I agree. He's like, oh, he's gaslighting her about this.
He agreed.
No, I think he is absolutely weaponizing.
No, I'm just shocked. Like you said, you agree with me.
I do.
Wow. No, go on.
When you say something I agree with it.
But sometimes we do agree, but you like act like we don't, and then we come around full circle when we do agree.
Okay. Well, I shorthand agree with you right now.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah, no, he's using this thing that they've devised to communicate better and weaponizing it by putting all of this stuff on her, saying, oh, like, why didn't you talk to me, when she was clearly just burnt out from taking care of their kids all day. And also someone said earlier, which I missed the comment, but said like it's better that she didn't just lash out at him and waited until she could communicate effectively without being angry. I think that is important. I think that if you know about your, like, if you're able to realize that when you are like angry about like an issue or something, or if someone upsets you and you're angry, that you're not going to be able to communicate effectively without like yelling or something.
Oh shit, a migraine.
Yeah. I think knowing that about yourself, it is a way better response to just take a minute for yourself and then come to the conversation.
Yeah, and I read a little bit and it looks like she kind of caved in pretty easily.
Let's keep reading. I apologized and said, you're right. No, I should have said something this morning, but I waited for quiet time. No,
I waited for a great time to talk about it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry.
Waited until we weren't going to fight in front of our kids. You're right.
And traumatize them.
He then said that if I'm not going to follow the plan, there's nothing to talk about or resolve. What?
Dang, this guy's good.
Wait, so he said if you're not going to use our plan to communicate, we're not communicating. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. That's absolutely bonkers.
Boom. Right back to the YouTube show.
What kind of cyclical logic? What? This logic is insane. I hate this man.
40 chess right here.
Yeah, truly wild. He walked away and went downstairs, and I went to my computer to work.
Oh, bro. Next therapy session is going to go nuts.
Yeah, someone better go off on this man. He came up about 10 minutes later with several pieces of paper in which he typed out the conflict resolution plan and had taped them all over the house in random places. I would go crazy.
Ooh.
So freaking underhanded. Oh my god. How freaking petty of this man to be like, if you're not gonna use our conflict resolution plan, I'm not gonna talk to you. And then proceeds to tape their plan around the house. What? Give this man an Olympic gold medal for his gymnastics.
Goodness gracious.
Those mental gymnastics are crazy. Avery B. Weird says mental gymnastics, mental parkour. Accurate.
His brain must hurt from all this jumping he's going from.
Yeah, he probably has a migraine too. We haven't really spoken since, and it seems like he's just moved on. All I feel is resentment. It's really frustrating when she has said previously in the story that she has felt like it's hard for her to bring up this when she's upset at something. She just kind of buries it, and for her to then try and bring it up, and for him
to just dismiss it.
And not only dismiss it, but
like
say that she's not communicating effectively enough when she's actively trying, and then shut down all form of communication. And as you said, make her feel bad.
Dude, Panda weaponizing therapy terms. That's crazy.
Divorce.
Out of there.
You're done. There's the door.
We need a divorce button.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. I can get a button right now.
Get a button.
No, I don't think it. Never mind.
Okay.
John has a button, and it says, and it's the easy one from.
That was easy.
Yeah. So he needs a. I think he might. I don't know. We need a button.
We need a button.
All right, let's take a pause in the story. I gotta talk about something.
Talk about it.
I've been called out.
By who?
By one Miss Jaybird on YouTube. And do you know what they said about me?
Tell me what they said.
They said, and I quote, John needs to use ZocDoc for his yawning. Do we not do long streams, Sophia?
John's been known to have the occasional yawn. Is that a crime?
I'm actually not tired. Look how I feel so energetic.
Yeah.
I think my brain just needs more oxygen to be able to converse and speculate and ideate in these conversations that we have on the show.
I agree.
You know, but I do think I need to take Miss Jaybird up. You know what we need to do, Sophia?
Give me.
We need to use ZocDoc.
Use it or lose your life.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and choose the right one for your needs and click instantly to book an appointment.
We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty. From mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, and much more.
You can filter your doctors who take your insurance, who are located nearby, who are a good fit for any medical need that you might have, and who are highly rated by verified patients.
You can also see their actual appointment openings, choose a time that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit.
Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast! Lickety-split. Typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, you can even score some same-day appointments. It's pretty great, right?
It's pretty amazing.
Listen, Sophia, I use ZocDoc. We use ZocDoc. You should freaking use it too, guys. Use ZocDoc.
So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/OKOP to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/OKOP, ZocDoc.com/OKOP. Let's get back into the show.
I'm at a loss. I know I'm not happy. I wish I had a partner. I've told him in the past I feel like I can't rely on him with helping me with the kids, and he was furious and hurt that I would say that. Like, why would you say that? I don't know. This isn't the first time he's done this at a family or friend gathering. I am always the default parent because it's my job. I know I love him, but I'm not sure if that's enough anymore. I don't know what to do. I don't have a job. I have side hustles, but certainly can't pay the bills myself. I don't want to destroy my kids' lives. I love his family, and the thought of losing them is devastating. I can't tell if I'm having a midlife crisis or if I'm just overreacting. He's the only person I've ever been with, only boyfriend I've ever had. I don't know what's normal and what's not. This is not normal. I know I didn't follow our plan, and I owned up to that. I have such a hard time bringing issues up. I really am trying. I get a huge lump in my throat, and it's a struggle to speak sometimes. I'm scared because in the past, he's made comments that we won't ever take a break, etc. And I don't want to go straight to divorce, but I don't know what to do. I think I just want to be alone. I wish I could afford a therapist. Should I ask for a trial separation? Do trial separations work? And this is to answer the question of when is a breakup necessary? Now. This man is gaslighting you about your relationship, gaslamping you about your relationship, and he's also not helping you with your kids. So what is he good for anyway? Obviously, I think it's hard because OP doesn't have a job and is probably relying on him financially. But yeah, no, he's just not helping you.
Tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
Wait, let me go see if there's an update. Did you get this today?
Mm.
Never mind.
But there might be. I don't know. Stephanie Petrikowski says divorce doesn't mean she'd have to stop speaking with his family. They're still family to their children. And Kimberly finds says having a parent this manipulative is going to ruin your kids more than a change of living arrangement or routine. Yeah. No, he sucks. He freaking sucks. Yeah. I think the answer is to leave him because he's just I think the benefits of his financial situation are not outweighing all of the negatives of being in a relationship with him. Yeah. And also, I mean, maybe she could get she would be getting child support from him. So
this is tough, dude.
But let's get into this next. Oh, I've lost it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
My husband admitted to cheating with his best friend, but I don't care. And this is to answer the question of when is a breakup necessary. And by the way, you can join us live every weekday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just tap our profile. So, Throre, why aren't I mad, says, I, 35 female, have been married to my husband for a bit under 10 years. We have no children.
Ooh, 2 hall pass.
Yesterday night after dinner, my husband Jay broke down and admitted he's been sleeping with his childhood best friend Pete for, quote, a while now, longer than I want to say. Youch. It was the first time I have seen him cry in more than 2 years over something. Jay is the kind that cries over dogs dying in shows, but is stony silent at tragedy. However, I'm not mad.
What?
Interesting.
What?
Interesting.
Never, in thousands of Reddit stories we've heard, never heard that.
I'm not even sure I care. Maybe OP has checked out of the relationship. Maybe that's
what?
It. Maybe OP has checked out of this relationship because it's changed drastically in the last 2 years or something. I'm confused. Okay. However, I'm not mad. I'm not even sure I care. I do love my husband more than anything in the world, and I don't want to leave him. I can't move on. I can't stay like this, and I don't want to. But Jay has said he won't stop seeing Pete no matter what I choose. What?
So confused.
Wait, why are they both wanting to stay together? I'm confused. He's like, I'm gonna keep seeing Pete, but also we could stay together if you want.
Could she be asexual and just or
aromantic? But she said that she loves him, so maybe.
But asexual, and she's just like, I like your companionship. I like the life we have.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be wild.
That is also, I mean, maybe she didn't realize it, and she's like, I just wanted this to be kind of like it could be like a QPR, which is a queer platonic relationship. Yeah, and that's just where there's.
I'm in a DTF
usually it's when there's 2 queer people in the relationship, but.
I'm in a DTF relationship.
Wow. Yeah, I heard you the first time.
I just wanted a response.
You're like, I'm in a DTF relationship. Yeah, I'm confused by this relationship, but let's hear more.
Yeah.
He's sorry for doing this to me, and he said he loves me and I'm his wife and heart, but Pete means the same to him. Basically, he can't choose. He loves us both. It falls to me to choose, and I don't know what to do. This is wild. Honestly, the bit that hurts the most is the fact that Pete is a good friend of mine. Ouch. But he couldn't face me himself and instead let Jay break down in front of me. Sorry, this turned into a rant. Any advice would help if anyone has gone through something similar. And edit, it comes up a bit, so my husband has been openly bisexual since before I even met him. Peter is bi or pan. He's dated guys and girls and others in the past. No one in the last 3 years to my knowledge. I'm straight. And then edit 2, since apparently I have no self-esteem, I guess I couldn't possibly have 4 degrees, a PhD, make roughly $120K a year, be the main provider for the household, run my own business, and go to the gym twice a week. That's so funny. I love that Riley was like, I mean, not Riley. I love that OP was like, I'm going to freaking clap back so hard. What are you doing? Is that what you were trying to?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, I didn't even
Down
let
to
you get it out.
freaking play Minecraft.
I didn't even let you get it out.
Come on.
Wouldn't it be DTFEM?
I just forgot. It got too long.
I know I look good. I actually have a rather large ego about myself.
Personality. How large is your personality?
All right, Riley. This honestly has nothing to do with self-esteem. I don't know where it reads that I'm a poor little girl who got in over her head by a big, strong man, but I can bench press Jay and wait.
Yes, ma'am.
I know what I'm worth, and I know I want Jay. So this is so funny. I love that whole last paragraph is just OP being like, I'm so freaking strong, and I've got a good job. I'm good.
I can beat his ass if I want to.
Beat him up. I don't know what you're talking about. Relevant comments. La Baraka says, leave. OP says, I don't know if I should though. We're happy. We can still be happy. Throwing that away seems, I don't know. Honestly, if OP's chill with it, I guess it's fine.
That's wild.
I guess it's fine. I mean, personally, I wouldn't be okay with it. I would not be okay with it because he cheated on her. But I don't know, man. She seems open to it. I mean, he did cheat on her, and I guess she's just kind of moving past that.
I'm confused.
He not only cheated on her, but wants to continue the relationship. Maybe she's open to poly relationships. I don't know.
Gotta stop with the begging.
Stu Recipe says, so you don't mind sharing your husband? How many nights a week will you get to be with him? Or will his friend be moving in with you? OP says, I don't know. He's managed to be with Pete enough in the time we currently have. I don't know how it would change if I stayed. And MOCT says, what I don't understand is, why don't you want better for yourself? He told you he doesn't care if you stay or leave, but Pete, he stays, I think, because he cares about his relationship with Pete. How do you stay with someone who doesn't care if you stay? He doesn't want to fight for this relationship. You yourself said you don't care that he cheated. You are financially independent. What's keeping you from just ending it and moving on? You say you love him, but if you did, wouldn't you care that he's cheated for years with a person you considered a friend? Wouldn't you care that he's chosen his relationship with Pete as the one he can't let go of? I love how all the comments are like, girl,
get back into reality.
Girl,
check back in.
Oh boy,
this is wild.
Yeah. Pandemonium says, or she's trying so hard to hold on to the only person she's ever known. Yeah.
What's the stages of grief? Like denial?
Yeah, maybe
think she's just
denial.
stuck there.
You should always have an open discussion first. That is a necessity. If you are in an exclusive relationship, you should absolutely always be talking. You shouldn't be just cheating on your partner ever. OP responds, must be how I wrote the post. Sorry. For sure how it is how you wrote the post. Yes. Jay does care, he just can't choose and doesn't want to force me to choose. He's staying at a friend's house, no pets, not Pete's. Oops. I was like, no pets. Not Pete's. I double checked. He's staying with a married couple of a lesbian friend we have, so he's not cheating with them right now. So I have the house and quote, as long as I need to do anything. Is it bad that I don't really care that he cheated? I have some heartache of the lies and who it was with. Not that it was a man, but Pete. But the actual cheating itself doesn't bother me too much. And I honestly think I could just move on, ignore it, or somehow work with it. Yeah. Holly says, as always, it's the broken trust that is the biggest issue. 100%. I'm just really surprised why she's taking it so calmly. I don't know. Yeah. But there is an update. 2.5 months later. I guess, yeah, let's do a poll. Stay or nah? But specifically, do you think that OP should stay? Because I think a lot of us would not stay in that relationship. But what do you think OP should do, given that OP says she doesn't care?
I'm confused as all get out. I've never, ever seen a relationship where they're like, I'm okay with them cheating. Do you think it would change if it was with another woman and not a guy?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think that, like, we've had stories where, like, the person stopped caring because they stopped loving the person, but it seems like OP is still in love with him. So I don't know. But there's an update. So I'll read the TLDR. It says, we are still together. Side note, I chose to cancel my meeting with Pete. Make a meeting?
What does that mean?
Maybe she's going to meet. I don't know. After reading all of your advice, I chose to ask for space, which he, Jay, 36 male, freely gave. He was staying at a friend's house when I called. I couldn't face him yet and asked. This helped to confirm what I already knew. He was indeed staying with our mutual friends, a married lesbian, both 36 female couple. So no, he didn't run to Pete, as some of you thought. I was leaning towards separation after reading your advice. Well, a few days after I requested space, I decided to ask for separation officially. To cut along, and ice cream and tear-filled 3 weeks short. Oh, I see what she's saying. Ice cream and tear-filled week. I caved and called him. I did not beg for him back or anything like that. I asked him out for a walk and we had a long talk. It was a fair while ago, so I can't word for word type what it was said, but it boiled down to this. Number 1, I still love him no matter what. Number 2, he still loves me no matter what. 3, he loves Pete no matter what. 4, he does not value either of us above the other. When he spoke about me leaving but him not leaving Pete, he was giving me an out more than anything else. Jay would be destroyed if I chose to leave, but he didn't want me to stay if I truly didn't want to, which is why he didn't beg for me to stay. After this talk, we stayed separate for a few more days. About 7 weeks ago, Jay moved back home and Pete came over for dinner. That talk was longer, harder, and contained more personal details that I do not want to share here. But the points were as follows. Jay and Pete have not been together as long as I feared. It's about 28 months, not since they were teens. Pete truly didn't want me to get hurt, and he was the one pushing Jay to be honest with me. Why did OP put that in 20 months?
That's what I'm saying. After 2 years.
2 years and a bit.
Yeah.
Why are you putting it in baby time?
I know. And after 24 months, people don't do baby time anymore.
Yeah. Pete is gay, but he dated girls in the past. Neither of us are attracted to each other, and we are not together. We're all going to individual and couples and group therapy. Couples are each of us as me and Jay need to work out our marriage and emotions. Pete and Jay need to work out the secrecy and talk through their own relationship. And Pete and I want to work on working together.
What? Dude, imagine the therapy.
Oh my God, Riley, you were right. Something I should have mentioned but didn't due to the fact I know how Reddit would react is I am asexual. You recalled it.
Let's go.
You called it. Yeah, that was a great point. I am not in any way sexually attracted to my husband or anyone for that matter. However, I choose to sleep with him as I know he enjoys it. I still have a libido. I just don't feel the need to. When I have spicy sleep with Jay, rarely once every 2-ish months, it isn't a chore, but a more intimate cuddle. Jay knows this and has known this our entire marriage. In fact, he was the one who helped me figure out I was asexual. If this is hard for you to understand, remember, attraction does not equal choices. Acephobes will be blocked with no reply. Honest questions can be answered. So yeah, that's my story. I can take further questions in the comments. And there are 2 relevant comments to finish the story off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that does explain more of their situation.
Works out.
And it seems like they're figuring it out for them. I guess if it works for them. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah.
I'm just shocked at how calm OP has been through this whole thing.
I know. OP has been very, very calm. Yeah. But let's read these relevant comments. MMOCT Bell Conkling says, humping the camera as celebration is crazy. I also thought that. I think it's so funny that you did that, especially after we just talked about her being asexual. I thought that was that is somewhat, that is a choice.
Dude, I was watching the replay of it and I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? It was just instinctual. I couldn't help it. You said I was right. And I was like, oh man, I can't, yeah.
Oh boy.
This is the real me. This is what happens. No filter.
MMOCT says, sorry, I'm a bit confused. Are you guys a throuple minus the spicy sleep? Or did you get back together with Jay and accept he sleeps with Pete? Also, does that mean that you now don't have to sleep with Jay out of obligation anymore because he's getting his needs met by Pete? And OP says, me and Pete are not together. I don't know if I will have spicy sleep with Jay again. It's something I'm working on in therapy. And this is to answer the question of when is a breakup necessary. And also, we're live right now, so tap our profile and check us out. I guess a breakup is not necessary in this situation, which is
they're going to therapy.
Funny because in like any other, like if this were repeated by other people who were not open, I'd be like, absolutely break up. But
this is a loophole. This is the loophole to cheating, low-key.
Okay, but not it's not a hard fast rule. No
one's mad.
Yeah. Not all. I mean, it wouldn't always happen like this. I think this is
the only loophole to cheating.
Very rare.
I think you should have a conversation first, but
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the therapy is a must.
Yeah.
Therapy is a must. Asexual.
Oh, they say ace?
Like bisexual.
Crazy.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, no, I don't think that her being ace is the reason she's staying. I think she has her own reasoning that's like very unique to her. And I guess if it works for her, then that's okay. I think that she definitely needs to talk to like keep having these conversations because this is a trust issue. He did, regardless of her, opinions on spicy sleep and stuff, he did still cheat on her, and they did have a monogamous relationship. Yeah. So I guess it's good that they're okay, but go to therapy. Yeah. Jellybus says it's them dealing with their love and relationship and trying to figure it out. Very good point. But all right, that is the end of that story.
Got another one.
My boyfriend cheated on me while I was pregnant but won't admit it. And this is to answer the question of when is a breakup necessary. By the way, you can join us live on YouTube every weekday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just tap our profile.
She did it!
I did it.
That was good.
Thanks.
I like that. That was best one of the day.
So MandXFU says, am I overreacting to my boyfriend cheating on me? Probably not. I just brought over our daughter into the world 2 months ago on Mother's Day. Wow. Since I've given birth, I found another Snapchat account of my boyfriend that he was talking to 36 women on there.
Oh, 36? Was he trying to talk to 36 or he actually talked to 36? How many of those were like one message? But still, that's horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Was he actually scoring?
Was he trying to?
One being his ex the whole time I was pregnant. We talked about it, and I was going to try to sit and stay to work it out as I would like my family, but I told him that I can't do it if he's going to continue to lie to me. I had told him I wanted to see the messages, and he refused. He told me that it would hold no value to the situation, and I didn't need to know. I wasn't okay with that, but I was told to accept that or he would leave me. Leave him. Well, it's been a few weeks, and I had originally messaged the girl when it first happened with no response. Well, yesterday I got a message back from her. She told me everything. How he was making me out to be a monster, told her that I hadn't worked at all since we started dating, which was a lie. He moved into my apartment and lived there without working or paying anything or really even helping me cook or clean from December 22nd to May 23rd. Leave this man. He is literally not doing anything.
Like December 22nd to May 23rd, or like December 2022 to May 2023?
I think December 22nd.
Oh. Because either one, they're both correct.
Maybe December 22.
Like, they're the same time range.
No, I think based off the next bit, I think it's December 22nd. And when we had moved into families' houses, lived separately until April of this year, when we moved into an apartment that's in his name. June 23rd through December 23rd, I was extremely ill with morning sickness. That's a lot of morning sickness. In and out of the hospital, unable to keep anything down. I lost almost 30 pounds. 6 months of morning sickness? That's horrible. I know the timeline of everything might seem strange, but he had gotten me pregnant 2 times. We lost our first baby, and he immediately got me pregnant after.
That's
a lot to deal with. He told her I didn't cook or clean for him, which is an absolute lie. He told her about my mental health, which I'm bipolar type 1, but that's not her business, along with a lot of other hurtful things he could say about me. But not only did he talk to her, they hung out. She tells me that it was only friendly because she's married and her husband knows and doesn't like my boyfriend. I wonder why. But since she told me that they hung out, I look at my boyfriend and asked him if there was anything he would like to tell me, and he said, "There's nothing I want to tell you." And when he found out out what I was talking about, he told me I needed to either drop it and get over it or just leave him because he's past this and it's not going to do anything but make our life worse. My problem with everything, though, is that I am not over it. I am still hurt. I still have so many questions. I am still processing and deserve the truth to be told to me. He can't tell me the truth. He refuses to tell me the truth. Not only that, but the Snapchat he was using isn't deleted. My friend was able to search it, and if it was deleted, it wouldn't pop up, and he's telling me that he's done talking with me about it, that he didn't have it anymore, and he doesn't need to answer any more questions. And there are a couple relevant comments to end this story off, but girl, leave.
Get out of there.
Leave.
This is wild.
You have already established that you were making all of the money. He refuses to fess up to it.
Yeah.
And also refuses to apologize for it. And you're just having to constantly ask him for an apology. And honestly, he's right, because he's saying, you should leave me. You should leave him.
Oh, what a turd.
You absolutely should leave him. He's right about one thing, because he's horrible. Yeah, absolutely run. But there are a couple relevant comments to finish this story off.
Run off.
Old Beach 2325 says, kick him out of the apartment. If he refuses, then start the eviction process. He's not sorry. He's not going to stop. OP says, the apartment isn't in my name, even though I paid to move in. It was a stupid move on my part, but I'm also the type to sign over my car to make sure this person is able to get a car for themselves. Apparently, I have no boundaries with this person. I feel like he's made me totally reliant on him, even for my emotional needs.
Ooh, not emotional.
OP says, I know that's a little confusing. We moved out of my apartment in May of 2023. We just moved into this new apartment in April of this year. The apartment is in his name. Originally, we were in my apartment. He had no part in obtaining my apartment. Okay, so I think, originally they were in OP's apartment where it was under her name, but now it's under his name. So, which is why it's a little bit complicated for her, I see. But yeah, no, definitely leave this man if you have a place to stay. He's horrible. Again, it says, I'm sorry, did your boyfriend cheat on you? Because in your story, he hung out with someone who didn't do anything spicy sleep-wise with him because she was married. If he slept with one of these women, you aren't overreacting. I think even if he didn't sleep with them, you're not overreacting. He's still emotionally cheating on you or trying to cheat. Have some dignity and leave him. If you are getting mad because he hung out with a female friend without telling you, you are overreacting, which is not what happened in the story.
Yeah.
Your constant insecure digging at this is going to drive away the father of your child. Take a deep breath and put this behind you. Don't say you're putting it behind you, then go digging some more. I disagree with that comment because I think OP is being cheated on. I think that's what we've established.
Don't hang out with adults and not spicy sleep.
Well, I don't agree with that. OP says he had relations with this woman previously before me. This is his ex.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we knew that. We knew that.
Oh, I forgot.
The fact that he had to hide to hang out with his friend isn't okay. He has other female friends I know about. He also was caught talking to 35 other people beside her. He tells me by talking to others about this, it makes him not want to be with me because I'm talking crap about him. I don't know. And this is to answer the question of when is a breakup necessary. So it does seem like he hasn't been physically cheating on her, at least that we know of, but he's still, Dixie Blue Steel says he's still trying to cheat.
I don't know. I think the intention is to cheat.
It seems like the intention is to cheat if he's trying to keep it a secret that he's talking to all of these people. And Duchess Cassandra says, OMG, it's trust that's been broken. This commenter is not the best. I agree. And Villainous MC says, it wasn't for lack of trying if he didn't cheat. He still attempted to. Yeah. Agreed. I think she needs to maybe leave. But that is the end of this story and the end of that collection of stories.
Do a sign off on this one, then we got another one.
Okay. But if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.